Welcome back, guys. Have a drink with me, whatever it is, coffee, water, wine. In today's video, we're going to talk about 5 types of watches I believe every watch collector should have in their collection or at some point own. So before we get into this video, give the video a like, hit the subscribe button, and let's get into it. For every category that I mentioned, I want you guys to get down in the comment section and let me know which watch brand or model you would choose under that category. So guys, with all the timepieces that I'm going to mention, they're pretty affordable. They're all under $10,000. So don't worry about it. Your bank account should be able to handle it. So for the first category, it's going to be dive watches. Now, automatically, as soon as I say a dive watch, most of you guys are going to think the Rolex Submariner or just Rolex in general. But no, the watch that I choose is the Tudor Black Bay 54 on the rubber strap. This timepiece has a depth rating of 200 meters, which is just the right amount for anybody. I don't think any one of us is really going to be diving that deep. The price tag on this timepiece is $3,700. So it's really not that bad for a timepiece at this caliber. This is a Tudor. This is Rolex sister brand. So they make quality watches with great movements. And another thing that stands out to me that I love about this timepiece is the size. It's a 37 millimeter size case, which has great proportions for someone with my wrist size, which is a 7-inch wrist. It's just an overall beautiful timepiece with the vintage aesthetics that they designed this timepiece with. One thing I want to ask you guys to comment down below is which one do you guys prefer? The Tudor Black Bay 58 or the Tudor Black Bay 54? There's a few differences some of you guys may know. One being the size. The Tudor Black Bay 58 is a 39 millimeter size case, and the 54, like I said, is a 37 millimeter size case. But I want you guys to comment down below. You guys can see the two on the screen and let me know which one you prefer. The second category I believe every watch collector should at some point own in their collection is vintage. And the vintage watch that I choose is, of course, my Omega Constellation 168.005. The 168 has the date function, but the 167.005 is no date. Because I know some of you guys out there don't prefer dates and some prefer date functions on their timepiece. The non-date may be more symmetrical, so some of you guys like that aesthetics, and some of you guys do appreciate having the date function because it's a good point of reference to know what date it is throughout the day. And I believe Omega Constellation has a range of beautiful constellations, not just this specific one with the dogleg lugs and the pie pan dial. I want you guys to check out some of the Omega Constellation references out there, and you guys will definitely fall in love with one of them. But for the one that I have on my wrist, it's a 34 millimeter size case, which I appreciate, especially for a vintage timepiece. Most vintage timepieces come in a smaller size. That's just how it was back then, and that's just how I think things are turning out today. There was just this period in time where large size watches became popular and became trendy. And now I think a lot of people are catching on and understanding that smaller timepieces are better. Now for the movement in this timepiece, it has a caliber 564, which is the date function, and the date function is quick set. I know a lot of you guys out there appreciate the quick set functions no matter what the timepiece is because it's quick. But for this specific timepiece, you can get it around $2,000 to $3,000, depending on condition and a whole bunch of other variables. The third watch that I believe every watch collector should have in his or her collection is a daily, a everyday, or a beater. All these terms are thrown around, but they all mean the same thing to me. This is the timepiece that you're gonna wear around the house. You're gonna work on your car. You're gonna cut the lawn. You're gonna go to the shopping mall. You're gonna go pick up the kids. You're gonna do every and anything with this timepiece. And the timepiece I choose is the JLC Reverso Classique. This is a timepiece that goes for around $4,500. Yes, it's a high price timepiece, but it doesn't really stand out as an expensive watch where, let's just say you go to a bad neighborhood, people are gonna look at it and say, take it off. I know you guys may be thinking, Clyde, why are you choosing a JLC Reverso as an everyday daily timepiece? It comes across as a dress watch to most people. But one thing you guys need to know is that the Reverso wasn't meant to be a dress watch. It was a sports watch. Because back in the day, in the 30s, I believe, the reversal was launched as a sports watch for polo players. As you guys could see, one side of the timepiece is the dial, the face of the watch, where you could tell the time. And if you reverse it to the other side, it's just almost like the case back, where let's just say anything could hit it like a mallet when you're playing polo, or a ball, whatever they call it in polo, could hit the timepiece and it's gonna be okay. So that's one of the reasons why I chose the reversal, because it's a timepiece where you could work on your car, just reverse it to the side where it doesn't tell the time, and you could have it beat up. You could hit it against anything and you're not gonna crack the crystal, and you're gonna be just fine. And I mentioned that you guys may be looking at it as a dress watch, and I do too at the same time. But just to be different and unique, I would pick the reversal, where I could wear it anywhere, doing anything. It's gonna be dressy, but when I flip it over, I could just do whatever I want with it and not have to worry about damaging the face of the timepiece. The next category, guys, is complications. Now, when it comes to complications, there's so many to choose from GMT, a chronograph, an annual calendar, a perpetual calendar, a world timer, a moon phase, an alarm, a minute repeater. There's just so many to choose from. So out of all the functions there are, I think I would choose a chronograph function. And a timepiece with a chronograph function that I would choose is the Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch. This is a timepiece that you could fetch for around $5,500, more or less, depending on condition. And I choose the chronograph function because I just like the layout of the dials and the overall case design with the push functions. I just believe it's something that I'll use to time myself at the gym, maybe time something that I'm baking in the oven, or just use it to make speed and distance calculations. One of the major reasons why I choose the Omega Speedmaster is because of its connection with NASA and space exploration. I think it's just an overall cool concept to just have a timepiece that's been in space. The one downside to this timepiece is the size of the case, being a 42 millimeter size. But I believe the lug to lug being around 47.2 would fit okay on my wrist, which I have a 7-inch wrist. So it got a little bit crowded in the back, so I had to move over here. You can't blame people for wanting to be around me. I mean, come on. But I'm on the last category, and that category is travel watch. And being a travel watch, of course, I'm gonna choose a GMT. Now this timepiece is gonna be affordable. It's gonna be a timepiece where I'm gonna feel safe no matter where I travel. So I'm choosing the Seiko 5 GMT SSK001K1. This timepiece you can get for around $300. The thing I like about Seiko is they have a variety of timepieces. They have a variety of GMT timepieces that you guys would definitely be able to choose one that you would like. The case size for this timepiece is a 42 millimeter size, which is a bit on the larger size for me. I prefer a 40 millimeter or smaller, but for a Seiko, with the dimensions that this timepiece has, I would wear it, especially to travel. So guys, I'm gonna leave the video here. I hope you guys comment down below what timepiece you would choose under all of these categories. You don't have to do all, actually, you can just do one or two. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give the video a like, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for the next video.